Hello and welcome to the GINESYS release update for GINESYS version 11.19.0 and GINESYS POS version 1.19.0, released on December 26, 2012. The above enhancement was made to enable the retailer with the following features: advanced deposit features, take advance deposit from customers against booking an item or an account advance. Issue credit notes to customers against receive advance deposits, adjust credit notes with current sale and or previous debit notes, refund credit note with cash. The credit sale features are as below: allow sale on credit to customers, issue debit notes to customers against credit sales, adjust issued debit notes with payment received through any mode of payment, example cash, credit card, vouchers, GV, and or previously issued credit notes. So let's look at the change summary and what modules were impacted in the GINESYS back office due to this change. So the first module that was affected was the organization unit, the mode of payment, the site, the document numbering scheme, the master allocation module, the layout imports, new menu called deposit refund was added under transactions, the POS journals was again a new area introduced, settlement review, POS bill at site, finance vouchers, that is the ARAP vouchers, finance journals like the document adjustment journal, and then the finance registers, the general ledger, the sub ledger, and the document adjustment register. Now these were the modules that were affected at the store. So the POS terminal, the point of sale actually, the POS bill modification, transactions module where there was a new module introduced for deposit refund, then the settlement module, and the crystal reports where mainly the daily summary was impacted. Let's take a look at some of these changes. The first one that I wanted to cover was the organization unit, and under this, on the retail tab, we have introduced a new placeholder for a debit note ledger. So if we wanted to have a debit note ledger, we could create one and assign it over here. At the site location, we will not be able to allocate any ledgers to these particular kind of modes of payments. So that was here, and I'm going to exit out of this, and then let's look at the second change. So the next change that I wanted to discuss were the modes of payment. So as soon as I upgrade to 19, I'll be able to see these two new modes of payments, which is the debit note adjusted and the debit note issued kind of MOPs. So the way to allocate these to the store would be to go to the site module and go and add them in the modes of payment. So here I've already added my two modes of payments, debit note adjusted and debit note issued, right here. So that's that. And then the next thing I wanted to show you was the new document numbering schemes that we can create. So for the debit note, I have I have actually created three different kinds of document numbering schemes: one for the deposit bill, one for the refund bill, and one for the debit note. How we are going to create the deposit bill and the refund bill is something that I will show you when I'm covering the store. So at this point, I've just created three different kinds of document numbering schemes, and I have allocated them to the store via the master allocation. So here it is, and as you can see, my document numbering schemes have been added here, all three of them. In the same way, I could do the report layouts for all of them and assign them here. So I have just synced all my information and brought it over to the store, and the way to proceed would be, first we would need to go into the terminal and attach the appropriate document numbering schemes to our terminal. So here it is. I have attached the deposit bill and the refund bill document numbering schemes here. If I had any custom formats sent to me via HO, then I would need to attach those here. But for my purpose, I do not have anything. I would be using my default layout. So I'm not attaching anything else there, but we could do that here if we needed to. So That's that. And now let's go into the back office, and the new menu that we have is the deposit refund menu, which is under transactions. And as you can see, I've created a couple of deposit and refund bills, and I'll quickly show you how to create one. So I could add some remarks here, and I'm going to just take a simple deposit, 100 rupees cash, and issue a credit note for the same. So here it is. I have created a deposit bill right here. Pretty simple. The same thing we can do for refund. So I apologize, not the same thing, but we can adjust any of these credit note, a credit note, a redemption token, or a gift voucher here in the refund mode if you wanted to do that. So let's go ahead and adjust the credit note we just created. So let me select that, and then I could give refund and save. So there it is. So I just added a deposit and a refund bill. We could view these, and we could void any of them if we wanted to do that, and we can of course print them. So that's that. And then let's look at the same option in POS. So this would be available under F5, and then of course the take deposit for me is disabled right now. And that would really be the expected behavior, because unless I give my privileges in POS for taking a deposit, I would not have them activated. So I've gone back and given myself privileges, and now if I click on F5, here it is, my take deposit menu is enabled now. So I'm going to go ahead and take a deposit, and as you can see, it's the same menu. All the functions remain the same. So I'm going to take cash once again here. I'm sorry, I need to attach a customer, and I'm going to issue a credit note once again. So my credit note has been issued. So now the next thing I wanted to show you was how we can go ahead and issue a debit note. So let's select an item, and as you can see, our now item selection looks slightly different, and I would be going over this in a little while. So we will be discussing this. This is another change that has been incorporated for this particular release. So here it is, my item has been added. So in this particular case, the customer is buying things on debit. So I need to issue a debit note and save. But as you can see, this would not allow me to save a debit note unless a customer is tagged, because we'd want to keep an information about the customer that we are issuing a debit note to. So let's go ahead and first tag a customer. So Sani is now tagged, and now let's go ahead and perform that operation. So here it is. It issued the debit note without any problems at all. So that is how we can issue a debit note and take a deposit here in POS. So pretty simple. Now let's look at our reports. So here it is. I have opened in front of me the daily summary, and let's first take a look at the additions here. So we have the debit note issued, the debit note adjusted, and the deposit refund bill, and all the balances appropriately put in here. And then I wanted to show you so here we have all the details of the deposit refund bills all displayed here. So everything that happened today, all the deposit bills and the refund bills that were created, and then the deposit refund bill collection. Then we also have details of the debit note received, the debit note issued, all of those kind of details. So that's pretty much the stuff we have in on deposit refund bills. Oh, and if there were any duplicates, then those would be displayed here. So that's pretty much our so that's pretty much the daily summary report. Now let's go on and take a look at the settlement. So let's go ahead and add a settlement for our date today. So as you can see, my MOPs have been added here, and the rest of the things remain the same. There is another additional column that has been added, and once again I would be explaining this later on. So I'm going to save and settle. I have a long way to go, so let me go ahead and post all of these settlements. So here I am now at the HO. I've already posted all the settlements that I had at the store. Unfortunately, there was one thing I wanted to show you, but I pressed the settle button too quickly. I wanted to show you that there was a tab which has been introduced in the settlement review, so which would be listing all the deposit and refund bills. So just like you have the POS bills, the GV bill, you'll also have a third tab, which is the deposit refund bill view. Once all the settlements are done, then we'd be able to, if a day has any, if a settlement is done on a day which has any deposit refund bills, then the POS journal can be viewed under transaction POS journal, and the list would look something like this, with the site name, the journal number, the date, document type, status, created by and created on, and the only option you have here is view. The other thing that was introduced was the deposit refund bill view. And over here again you have details of all the bills that were done at the store, and you again have an option to view it. So that's pretty much what the entire circle on whatever was done in CPOS as in the store, as well as the HO for deposit bill. Once I create a POS journal, I can always adjust it if there are any postings for that particular debtor. I can always go back and adjust that particular POS journal in the ARAP voucher area in finance. So here I am, and I have chosen cash main, and I'm going to choose my subledger. And I'm going to adjust 100. So there's my POS journal, and I'm going to go ahead and choose that and adjust it. So my voucher has been created successfully. That I wanted to show you was the document adjustment journal. So I just adjusted this voucher, and I wanted to show you that over here I have this adjustment which is displaying right here, and as you can see, when I click on it, it shows me the adjusted document information, which is my POS journal. So there it is. Then some changes have been made to the register. So let's first look at the general ledger register. So this is my summary for the general ledger register, and as you can see, the debit note has been added. I had an opening of 80, a debit of 160, and now my debit total is 240 rupees. This is the subledger register. This is what the subledger register would look like. So here I have Caribou Coffee that owes that has $100 rupees debit and 100 rupees credit. So there it is. And the last thing that I wanted to show you was the document adjustment register. Over here, once again, I have the voucher that I created, and the POS journal which has been adjusted against it. So this is what the document adjustment register would look like. The next thing that I wanted to discuss were the changes to the settlement module. A comment column has been added to the cache kind of MOP so that all comments can be added whenever required. Let's take a look at that. So here I have the settled date open in front of me, and as you can see, I have this new column which has been added, which is the the comment cache column, and I can go ahead and add any comments that I might want to add to this. So this was the other change that we've made for this particular release. The next thing that has been done is the item search filter has been enhanced to accommodate larger data for better performance. So this is what the select item screen looks like right now. We can give in a barcode I mean, we can actually give any kind of a search criteria here. It will work something like the like statement, and we'd be able to preview a huge amount of data, and this has mainly been incorporated in order to improve performance. So that's the other change. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was a bug that we fixed for this particular release. There was a error in the GINESYS scheduler services that we fixed. So previously, whenever the GINESYS scheduler service was being started and the Oracle service took more time to start than the GINESYS scheduler service, an error was thrown. This has now been fixed, so it would not be possible for me to simulate this and show you, but just for your information, this has been fixed and you'll no longer be able to see it. So that was pretty much what we had in 19. You have a nice day.